Should I wait to buy a home? That is a question that we probably get asked more than any other. And it's understandable, isn't it? Especially now, when you consider how much home prices have gone up and how crazy the real estate market has been, especially the past 18 months. It's a natural question for people to ask. And when it's the right time to buy a home is actually going to vary for everyone. It's going to be different from person to person to person. But it's not only the financial aspect with regards to prices and interest rates on why people buy homes. And that's the aspect that we're going to get into in this video. Hi, this is Andrew with the Andrew Smith team at eXp Realty. And, over the past couple of months now, we've had several buyers let us know that they're going to wait. They're going to wait for the market to correct before they buy a home. And I completely get that. I understand that completely, especially with how crazy the real estate market has been. But the right time for someone to buy a home, honestly, is when it's the right time for them to buy a home. Trying to time the market is really difficult and doesn't usually work out too well at all. As a matter of fact, most homes are bought and sold around life events, right? Someone gets married, they have a first child, they have a second child, so the family is growing, or they're later on, the kids have moved out. They're moving on to college, and now all of a sudden the home's too big. Those are the events that come into play more often than not. If we go back a year, there's this couple, Ben and Andrea, and they watched what was going on with home prices, and they said, this is crazy. We've spoken to several different people, and they all say the market's going to correct. We're going to wait. We're going to sign another year's lease. And they did. And I was talking to them in the past month, and they said, the problem is we now can't afford the home we could have bought a year ago because of how much it's gone up in price. Our incomes haven't gone up that much. And even though the interest rates are still relatively low, we can't afford that house anymore, not what we could have got. And that becomes the challenge. They're now trying to decide whether they're going to rent again or go ahead and make that purchase now at a lesser home, but one that still suits their needs to be in that market, or in the market, I should say, and then, make another move in a couple of years into what they're looking at next. But again, everyone needs to make the decision that's right for them. But what I want to look at today and spend a few minutes on is looking at the non-financial benefits of home ownership, because those are the things that have actually changed the most in the past year. Yes, prices have gone up. I understand that. But as we look at what happened through the pandemic, it's obvious that our definition of home and what we use home for has really, really changed. And an interesting thing is in the 2021 State of the American Homeowner, it's a report that Unison puts out. They actually said last year, staying home became a necessity, and that caused many homeowners to have renewed gratitude for the roof over their head. Pretty interesting statement, isn't it? I mean, what it's really showing is that as we're continuing to work through the challenges of the pandemic, that definition of home and what home means to people has really changed. So a couple other statistics here that just to share with you so that you can put these, or take these in so that you can make that best decision for you. So in that exact same study from Unison, here's what we found. 91% of homeowners said they feel secure, stable, or more successful by the fact that they own a home. 64% of American homeowners say living through the pandemic has made their home more important to them than ever. And 83% of homeowners say their home has helped to keep them safe during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's no surprise when you consider what people are saying currently. Homeowners now feel more emotionally attached to their homes than they have. So when this same question was asked, how emotionally attached do you feel to your home pre-pandemic, the answer was 58%. 58% of homeowners felt emotionally attached to their home. Now it's up to 70. So now it's 70% of homeowners feel more emotionally attached because, again, the definition of home has changed. Another, JD Essajan, okay, he's the president of CT Homes. And he says just recently, aside from the financial factors, there are several social benefits of homeownership and stable housing to consider. It has long been thought that buying a home contributes to a sense of accomplishment. Still, most individuals fail to realize that homeownership can benefit your mental health and the community around you. So, what's important to point out here is that these non-financial reasons are very, very real. We're seeing it more and more. And in fact, when I read through this report, it made sense of some of the statements buyers have made to me over the past 3 or 4 months on the reasons that they were actually buying a home. They were, yes, there was the aspect of they wanted to own something. They wanted the investment, but they were also starting to say things more often like, we want more security. We want more stability for our kids. We need a place that better suits our lifestyle and the world that we currently live in. And so all of that is playing into it. And so recently, echoing that, Mark Fleming, who's the chief economist at First American, recently noted, buying a home is not just a financial decision, it's also a lifestyle decision. And this has become more true now than ever before. So again, when is the right time for you to buy a home? When it's the right time for you to buy a home, no matter what anyone says or whatever, no matter what your thoughts or ideas on what the market is or isn't going to do. If you're curious about what I think the market's going to do, check back through some of the other videos I've posted recently. We've covered that in a great deal of detail. And what I mainly want to make sure that you're able to do here is any decision that you do make, it's based on fact and not fear. There's a lot of headlines out there that they're full of half-truths and they're not telling you the entire story. And that's the thing I want you to try and avoid. And as always, if you have any questions whatsoever or a specific situation that you'd like to discuss in more detail, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to talk to you and share some ideas and thoughts with you, not to influence you one way or the other, but to make sure that you have the information that you need to make the best decision for you and your family. As always, you can reach me at 888-447-9650.